Alright guys, I'm here in for like a little mini stream, I suppose. I don't know. I was supposed to have some type of plans today, but who knows? Who knows if they're gonna even show up. Anyway, so I did a few things today. One of which was, gosh, I went to IKEA. And I also forgot that it was Saturday. So IKEA was a fucking mess. I had to put in an order for pickup, but I wanted to get a new desk, writing desk, because the one that I have, it was tiny, and it worked for when I lived in the apartment, but since I bought a house, I have a little bit more space. I mean, not really, but the things that you use when you're writing tend to collect. And that's essentially what happened over the years. So I assembled it today, and let me see if I can even show you. I don't have my secondary webcam plugged in, but there it is. Right there. And it's actually like a desk and like a shelf. So anyway, another thing that came in was this thing. It came in like yesterday, but it's the 14 edition. I've been messing around with it a little bit. It seems to be decent. The software's a little frustrating, but once you set like everything up, it's like really easy to just I guess use. But I think it's muscle memory. It's still not as nice as my G13, but I can't use that. So it's sitting on my desk. I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably use that for like a different, like one of my other systems, maybe my Mac, or see if it's even compatible. It's probably not. It's probably not compatible with PlayStation, but that doesn't matter. So, but yeah, I've been messing around with this. It's pretty decent. I feel like it's something that I could use alternatively, but I wish I could show you guys like my I don't know, my whole like desk here. So, but it's starting to get full, but I don't think I need any more equipment. So, but I mean, I just wanted to mess with it, and also it was on sale, like. And then on top of that, it's like direct competitor is a Razer product, the Razer TARDIS V2, and I honestly, I don't want to mess with their Synapse software, and it's just like frustrating overall from what I can tell. I just honestly, I don't really want to deal with that. So I hope everyone is having and/or had a good Valentine's Day. My husband surprised me a day early. And, well, not really a day. I mean, it was like it was technically the 14th, but we were up like all night. Like, I don't know, we were having a few drinks, and then I decided to go to bed. And I went to bed at a reasonable time, and then he like went to bed at like 3 a.m. or something like that. Because I remember getting up and I'm like, the stove light is still on, and like because of that I'm annoyed. And he's like in his room, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went back to bed. I think he might have heard me, and then like he just came to bed too. But he was drinking like a whole bunch of different drinks, and I love that he's able to like explore that kind of stuff. But I feel like alcohol doesn't really do that much for me anymore. And also, it doesn't do very good for preserving you. Like, you know, when you look at someone, you can just tell they've drank heavily their entire life. Yeah, that shit's not for me. So, not doing that. However, it is a bit hypocritical right now because I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about it before, but like, not sponsored, but like Cutwater, they have so many different drinks, and this one I'm trying their Cutwater strawberry margarita. Now, it's not as good as their lime margarita. But, you know, so like what I started doing is I started saving the boxes, like a part of the box. And then, let me see. And like, I'm gonna make like a collage of the ones, because all the boxes are the same. They're 2x2, so you get 4 cans in there. And this one's Welch's. It's different. So, but it's like, it's Welch's. Come on. Like it's 5.9. Like that's essentially water. But I tried it and it was all right. I wouldn't buy it again though. So, I am having a strawberry margarita by Cutwater, and it's really good. It's 10% ABV, but their lime margarita one is 12.5 ABV. But this like doesn't really seem to do anything, so it's like water. Anyway, I think I'm gonna run expert because I'm a little behind. Yeah, and then I'll have Sunday, and then I'll probably end up doing last minute Mondays again, so something that I just gotta do, right? So anyway, it's supposed to be like going to like my favorite place, because I live near downtown Mesa. And the person that I'm supposed to be meeting there is like, I don't know what's going on, but like that's fine because I can still go by myself because I like it there. This is so. Hey Salty, thanks. Yeah, my night's going pretty good. It's just been a little hectic. I did a few things today. So like, get this. Another thing that was like an annoyance for me today is like, we put in our order for our pharmacy, not our pharmacy, but like our doctor's office. They're supposed to put in our injections. And I don't know why, but it takes them a lot longer to fill prescriptions now. Maybe because they have a whole bunch. I don't fucking think so. But they're like, your prescriptions are ready. I was like, oh great. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for oh god, why? So
I'll begin by wearing you down.
I was like, I'm gonna wait for, what are you guys doing? Fucking use your sprint button. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for my IKEA order to be ready, and then I can just go all at once. IKEA, the one that I go to, is like a half an hour drive from me. And then it turns out that they closed at 2, and my order was ready at 13 or so 1. And I think by the time we got in the car to like do something, it was 2:15. So plans failed.
I've created new endless for you. Not all the warriors, but they will follow orders.
What else did we have
and survive and
do
so
today?
forth.
No, that was pretty much
I
it.
shall prepare the stage for that.
I ordered some bullshit from Amazon, and I have to return one of the things. One of the things I got was like a slim Nintendo Switch 2 case. Another one was a pseudo glass UV notebook print. And the other one was a clipboard so fucking tired of this dungeon though. Fucking 8 months is killing us. 8 months, 2 dungeons. Like, it's not even, like, at this point, it's almost like, are they even fucking updating the game? Like, who the hell knows anymore? Or rather yet, are they even trying? So anyway, yeah, I know I mentioned it often on like every stream. It's like these extra rules and their formula now is just really frustrating. Like it feels like ass now. It used to be every 3 months and we had a choice of 3 networks. Now it's 2 dungeons every, well, sorry, it's a patch every 4 months, and we have a choice of 2 dungeons. So we're running one of the dungeons for 8 months.
Overburdened the system. No matter, it served its purpose.
Just like dipped right in. Anyway, Salty, I hope you're having a good day at least. Hope it's better than mine. Salty, does that mean like you're angry?
Visit a prison of sinister
I still have to
and
move
he's not
back
compelled him to fight.
my keybind for sprint. I have not done that. And then right in these doors we have our own personal bosses, the ones that we all hate the most. And chances are I'll hit the wrong boss with my like strongest attack. And then they'll be like, nope, you go to the opposite.
They shall deal appropriately with criminals. Your sentence is death.
For once, that did not happen. I got the right one. Oh no, wait, nothing. Calyx is a fucking stuffed toy with a vendetta. It's like, I want to make death not a thing. It's like, stuff has to be. This paladin does not stick around for, like, even to finish off a boss. But look at his name, Rudius. Yeah, that checks.
Memories from an age rife with death. The desperation will serve well. The enemy is at the gate. To arms, good soldiers, protect your kingdom. Memories. Let us see how it fares. It is the midst of the storm, sir. Countless lives are lost in senseless conflict. The war swells in scope and intensity. pause or mercy. Of life is dimmed with every blinding flash. Death is everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
He was decent too. So another reason why I haven't been on stream lately is 3 days ago, I think this is day 4, but 2 days ago, or 4 days ago, I went to sleep wrong, and like I have a pain, like a crick in my neck, and let me tell you, I haven't had one of those in years, and it sucks. So I just have not been in the mood. Like I went to one of the days I took a nap, and I was like, yeah, I made it worse. And then the next couple days, it didn't get any better. I think like my body was trying to make myself comfortable, but by like making my neck comfortable, it made it worse. So then like, I don't know, it's been a thing, and it's still a thing that's like going on right now, but it is the best day so far. And then like Thursday I went to Women's Gun Club, right? So I went to Women's Gun Club, and it was, you know, we were there for a couple hours. It's like a 2-hour, 3-hour thing that it can be. It can go a little longer, but I went to Women's Gun Club, and all we did was clean guns, so like that shit kind of like annoyed me, and we have to pay money for that. Obviously there are our own guns, but like, here, I'll show you mine. So I was running late. I was like 30 minutes late, which is fine. You don't have to like check in or anything. But like the only one I had was my EDC. I only had my EDC gun. And I don't have any tools, or I didn't have any portable tools with me, so I couldn't take off my comp. So here, I'll just show you. So as you can see, the comp is attached to the body, and it's I couldn't obviously take the slide off. And they had tools there, but I was just like, I have Loctite on my center screw on here, and I just didn't want to really wrench it off. And I was like, I could have just brought my other one. But I was already running late, so I didn't really know what to do. Where is it? Here you go. Here you go. I found it. So I was just gonna bring this one, and it's not loaded. Put it in there. So this is one of my guns that I'm working on right now. And I could have just brought this one, but I've been moving stuff around inside of my office, and I just didn't think to bring this thing. And what I mean by working on, I actually just got Springer Precision base pads for this magazine, and I like it. I even took off the extended base pad for this to put in the Springer Precision ones, because I'm going to be getting the Springer Precision magwell in black for this one from LTT. But yeah, I mean, it would have been beneficial. I mean, she pretty much just went over, sorry, the instructor slash women's gun club like organizer. She pretty much just said like, and she's like, I think she's certified Glock as well. But she was pretty much just showing us how to clean guns, and she was just giving us tips on like, well, if you're gonna clean your gun with a different product, just make sure like your CLP that you have been using on your gun is completely wiped off, because like I suppose other brands of CLP can like corrode. I don't know. But she just says make sure it's clean, which, I mean, that sounds reasonable enough. It sounds like you would normally do that, right? And then we did a drill while we were there. And then but the thing is I'm an introvert, so like I had to force myself to go to Women's Gun Club. And then I had to be sociable with the people that I've been seeing for a few months now. And then I came home, and then like I was supposed to have like, you know, a date, I guess, for yesterday. But he was like, do you just want to get a drink instead? And I was like, dude, it's Friday and I don't want to fucking be around anyone. Like, I don't want to, I had to deal with a whole bunch of women at Women's Gun Club for a few hours, and I had to be nice. I had to pretend like I was a nice person. And that shit is exhausting. It's so exhausting. So the last thing I wanted to do was to go, like I was expecting for like a chill night in. Last thing I wanted to do was to go to a fucking bar or a restaurant or whatever. It be Friday night and like it be crowded and loud and like I'm meeting someone for the first time. And I was like, what kind of like date or whatever, like time or evening do you think we'll have when I can't even hear you? And also, like, I have already like an auditory processing disorder anyway, and it's just like that'll make things so much more awkward. But you know, but anyway, the reason why he had to change plans is because of DV that one of his family members were experiencing from their spouse. And he is, or the person that was being DV'd was or is his sibling, so his sibling is going to chill with him for a minute, which is just crazy to me, because in my opinion, I was talking to my aunt earlier, and I said if anyone was to hit my ass, first of all, they're gonna pay for it, but like secondly, your ass is out the house, not me. You hit me and then I have to leave the house? No, you're gonna have to figure that shit out on your own. Like, what are we even talking about? You're leaving, I'm not leaving, this is my house, and you did a bad, so when you do a bad, you go out to the doghouse. Like, I don't know, that's just my little thing, but I was like kind of annoyed with that, so I was like, whatever. So, like, he just doesn't message me back at all. And And I'm like, you're supposed to be 42. So. I really wonder sometimes what my Discord says. Sorry, I'm looking at my Discord right now. And I like had to like change my Discord name recently to like my normal like a username. It's like people were guessing. People were guessing my Discord and they were trying to hit me up and stuff, and I was like, I mean, it's kind of my fault anyway for making it so simple for you guys. You guys are so smart. But, Discord, you know how Discord is. Gamers that use Discord know how Discord is, so. What else do I want to do? Do I want to do anything? I got 90, so I'll get 90 tomorrow. That'll bring me to 290. And then I'll do last minute Mondays. Plus, that'll be 380. I'm pretty sure that I've gone through my reads. Yeah. I mean, I did not roll on loot for these ones, but that's okay, because I don't really need anything. I still think it's kind of funny when people message me and they're like, how's your stream going? And I'm like, you could look, we're pulling a Cardi B here, like. Also, I just don't know how to answer that. Like, what am I supposed to say? Oh, it's good? What do you want me to say? I don't fucking know. It's not for me to judge. I honestly, like, okay, so I realized that I'm getting, like, I suppose more than one follower every single day, because I haven't even been streaming for 30 days. But, like, I feel like maybe I'm doing something right, or I could just be doing something wrong and people are hate watching. Who knows? I do have an internet past where my name went pretty, international, and I couldn't keep up with the amount of people that messaged me, even though I tried. And then I disappeared off the internet for a decade, and I'm back. And who knows, maybe my old luck will hit me again when I actually want it to, because times were tough back then and I had to do stuff that I really didn't want to do to try to secure my financial future. And this was way before OF. Like, I think it was damn near 15 years ago. So anyway, you know what? I'll just spill the tea. And the blog is still there if you guys want to look it up. So I used to be part of the adult industry way before OF. Like way before that bitch existed, I think. I'm pretty sure, because no one's ever heard of it then. But, and I used to promote myself on a blog. And this was back in the day when it was acceptable to post that kind of content on an open blog. So, with that being said, I had been working at a food place. Not a big fast food place or anything like that. It was more of like a catering company, a privately owned catering company. And they weren't a big chain. So anyway, like I get promoted like within the first few weeks of working there because I'm able to, you know, make food, whatever. So sorry, I got a message. So anyway, I was working and then I was talking to one of my coworkers and she was an older woman. I would say she was around my mom's age. My mom's only like 18 years older than me. Maybe a little younger, 17 years younger, or sorry, 17 years older than me, maybe 18 years older than me. So I kind of like saw her as like this mother figure, right? Kind of. We were only working together for several weeks. Like it wasn't that deep. However, I respected her like I respected my mother. And she had told me she has a 12-year-old daughter. And she's like, you know what? I've been thinking about recently. And I was like, what's that, girl? And she's like, my daughter came to me like a couple days ago. And she said, Mom, I don't think I like boys. Like, I like girls. And I was like, wait, 12 years old? 12 years old, she... Like, first of all, I'm impressed. Like, and also kind of taken aback because I didn't even do that shit. But I'm like thinking like, wow, you must have like a really, really good relationship with your daughter for her to come out to you and tell you her situation, her thoughts, and her feelings of something so, I feel like, what's the word I'm searching for? For something that society will judge you on and take your measure for the rest of your entire life. And I was just like, geez, like, I feel like there's a lot of parents out there that really wish that they could have that same type of relationship that you have with your daughter. Because not a lot of kids feel secure enough to talk to their parents about something like that. And we were in the back doing prep work. She was, I don't know, I think I was cutting lettuce and she was doing other vegetable prep work. And I was just like really like taken aback and like, I'm like, this girl's gonna grow up to be something, right? So I told her, I said, you may not be able to like tell, or maybe you can, I don't know. But a lot of people can't. And I think it's just like my body shape and like everything. And I said, well, just so you know, like, and I told her all that other stuff. I said, just so you know, I'm trans. And I feel like that's a pretty amazing thing that your daughter just did that. And she had no idea. She's like, I could not tell. Like, she's like, I don't know. Like, you feel like, it feels like you have like I'm talking to you and I'm like next to another woman. And I was like, to me? No way. She was the sweetest though. But like, that's not the issue. The issue is that the boss's or the owner's brother was in the other room setting up for catering. And they come from Kentucky. And this was back, golly, when was it? 2010? Something like that. And he's setting up in the room that is just like another doorway away from us. So like the wall over. And he comes into the room, like into the kitchen that we're in prepping. And he like stands there and looks at me like almost in shock. And I looked at him and he just stared at me for like a minute and then he walked away without saying anything. And then I looked over at my coworker that was telling me the story. And I said, uh-oh. We were prepping for the weekend. So we worked at a catering company that was seated in a business district, and typically business districts like that, corporate business districts, are not open on the weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, we're closed. I had a text message from the boss saying, yeah, even though we like pretty much just promoted you to this new position and you're doing wonderful, we will no longer be needing your services here. I was like, you guys just like promoted me like a week ago to rather than like prepper fucking like back end to fucking line breakfast cook. So anyway, that was like really, really frustrating, and that's what started like my whole thing. So I was like, you know what, I'm tired of working hard and being like a good person and like trying to do honest work, honest, respectable work for people, for businesses, and I'm being looked over because I'm a trans person. Like, I'm a trans woman, and apparently that's a fucking sin. Now, I mean, I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but I've had no surgery. I just look like this, okay? So I was like, okay, fine, bet, whatever. I'm not going to be nice anymore. That's not something that I'm going to do. Fuck honest work. Like, I might as well just become, you know, a round-heeled woman and walk the streets at night. Obviously, I didn't sink that low. But I was like, let me do something. People say I kind of look nice. So I started taking pictures and promoting myself on this free blog that a lot of people used to use before they outlawed or banned porn. And this was in conjunction with like Kick Messenger. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, it's still around, but it's like so terrible. But like Kick Messenger back in the day had no ads. There was no like bots. There was nothing. And it was just like honest, like person for person. Like, you guys could just kick. And it's not K-I-C-K, it's K-I-K Messenger. So it's a different one. And I was on there and I was promoting myself on there. And as well, I swear, I got so many messages. I think there was a point where I got around 60,000 messages on my like iPhone 4. And the motherfucker could not keep up. Like, it was overheating all the time. Because messages were just flowing in. And then I was getting like thousands and thousands of messages from people from all over the world. They were taking like images that I was taking of myself. That I was taking of myself and posting it on my blog. And they were grabbing those photos and using them as their wallpapers on their phones. And I had so many submissions from people all over the world. And mostly, like, I mean, I guess, like, iPhone was, like, super, super popular. And, like, iPod and iPad, I guess it still is. But, like, back then it was, like, the new hot thing because it was a really long time ago. So, people from all over the world. I had people from Russia. I had people from India. I had people from all over. China, I remember. People in Japan sending me like screenshot submissions of like my adult pictures as their phone or their smart devices like wallpapers, and I had it to where like I would auto approve those type of submissions on this blog, so I didn't have to weed through them. And they would write like their own little thing, and they would say where they were from that, and it got to a point to where I couldn't keep up with any of it. And I was already setting tours, and I know it sounds like really weird, but what I would do is I think I would recruit for about 3 months, where I was replying to people that were interested in being like co-stars with me in my productions. And then my plan was to travel for 6 months, hitting up each stop once I've confirmed, like, you know, people, and if they really wanted to shoot a scene with me. And it would be about, I think it was like 6 or 9 months that I would travel the United States only. Unfortunately, I don't have it like that. where I would shoot footage with these people. Actually, I think it was 6 months. And then it would be 3 months of editing each video that I shot along the way. And this tour would take about a year. So like the whole, like from start to finish, it would take a year, and then it would reset. So what I would do is I'd throw out a casting call on my blog. People would send me a professional email. I would screen these people myself, because the objective was to make a lot of money and not have to subsidize any of the work to anyone else, because it seems like I was always in an employment lurch where someone was controlling my financial future and they were the puppet master. And anyway, the point of me doing everything myself was to save as much money as I could, make as much money as I could, so I could secure my future, because apparently people don't like hard work. So then, and then it would repeat, and I would travel the USA in the most efficient order for 6 months, and then I would edit for 3 months, and then that stuff would be put out for like the next year. And then, the cycle is just supposed to repeat itself. But before any of that happened, I had so much international and national interest that I couldn't keep up with maybe I went about it wrong, but I couldn't keep up with people messaging me. All of the messages that I was receiving from people on Instagram, on this blog, on Kick Messenger, and via email, it was just too overwhelming. And that's when I disappeared from the internet. Like, I deleted everything. I deleted all of like the adult pictures that I had posted on my blog. I deleted all of the bloat, I would say, on my IG, or at least I've archived it. I deleted my Kick Messenger, my account, entirely. And then I had like a whole bunch of other social media that I was promoting myself on. And I stayed low for 10 years, a decade. So I disappeared from the internet. But like, since I've been back to the internet, there's been people somehow that have been still following me, or at least followed like some of my old accounts, or I don't know how it is, but these people have messaged me and they're like, oh my god, you're back to the internet. It's been 10 years since I saw you. I never thought we would see you again. And I was like, I was kind of trying to reset my status by not showing up on the internet for a decade. So that was like extremely, I was like, oh, people remembered me. I don't know what you remember me for, but I don't know. Some of you guys know me from a different app now that has a pretty bad reputation for what it stands. But like, okay, this app that I'm using, I'll just spill the tea. I don't give a damn. Everyone fucking uses it. So I'm on I'm on Grindr, right? But like, it's not what you think. But it's partially what you think. And like, I'll post when I'm streaming on here, on there, and like, it's crazy because my IG, I kind of barely use it. I let people know when I have like Twitch streams going up, or that or my VOD I'm uploading to like my YouTube. But I'll put like my name as like now streaming. And I know a lot of people probably do it for other things, but it's like, well, my IG was probably getting around 5,000 to 7,000 views per month per 30-day period. Well, let me tell ya, when I joined that app and I started like not blocking everyone, it started funneling 50 to 60,000 people to my IG per 30-day period. So it's a pretty big jump. So I guess it means something. So like, I'm on that app, and it like literally helps. It's crazy too, because because I'll get people that are messaging me from like India, and I was like, the fuck are you doing? Why are you messaging me? You literally live in India. You're 8,300 miles away from me. Like, what? That people message, like, and I honestly didn't even know this app existed in other countries, but apparently it does. So let that sink in. But India's not the only one. Like I've gotten people from Morocco, from like places in Africa. I've gotten, you know, Southeast Asia. I've gotten some other Asian countries. Like, I mean, it's everywhere. Apparently there's a version of this app everywhere. So, like I said, it funneled like, I think that my high point was like 52.7. 52, I don't know, I think it was 52.7 thousand views per 30-day period, which is kind of insane for me. But, you know, and I had my IG linked on there, so that's how they found that location. And once they find my IG, then they can see that my Twitch is there. And then, like, when I am no longer streaming, I just change my name off of there. But, I don't know, not much going on right now. I put effort, you know, into streaming as much as I can, humanly can. I guess I'll just have to get in the flow of it. I haven't worked in a decade, so... actually, I think it's approaching over a decade, so I'm, like, kind of, like, getting back in the flow of, like, working again. And I know I've mentioned that I'm a business owner, but I don't really consider that work. Like, I had a fish breeding business for 5 years, and I closed it down at the start of 2023, and I still have like a business right now where it's focused on e-commerce stuff, but it's not even like I'm selling like shit that I find. I'm just selling my own things because I'm trying to like live kind of smaller than I have been. So, you know, I don't even know if you can classify that. And then like also I'm like a crochet slash knitter, or like knit pattern designer, and I sell I sell my patterns on Etsy. Gosh, it's hot. But like I haven't restocked my store because if you didn't know, Etsy fees are insane. I mean, so are eBay, but like it's manageable. I feel like I think they take 16 or 13%. Sorry, got a message. But anyway, and I guess technically now I'm kind of working for other people now through Twitch. So submitted my tax information and all of that, whatever. So I guess technically I'm working again. I just haven't in 10 years. I mean, like, it's one thing to have like fish sales, right? But like ever since 2023, that whole year, have an occasional sell on eBay, and then like I'll just ship out something either the same day or next day. But I mean, honestly, like, how is that work? That's not work to me, at least. Maybe it's work to someone else. And then like before that, I used to be like a self-proclaimed Amazon product reviewer. Because I would have, I don't know, I think it was around 100 orders per month. And I would just review those products and I would send them back. So it was like, you know, I don't know. But, so, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm working to entertain you guys. Oh my gosh, what is wrong? Yeah, so, you know, I haven't worked in 10 years and I'm just trying to like get back in the flow of it. I think one of the hardest parts about like not working or not needing to work for a very extended period of time is to figure out how to entertain yourself. Now, if you're a person like me and you're a bit neurodivergent and you manage ADD, it's not hard, but it's not easy. That's like the best, like it's easy to entertain or be entertained if you're entertained by something that you like. But it's very, very difficult to find that thing that you like. So, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I do like, I have so many interests that none of them get enough time for me to be any good at any of them. Because my brain's just like, oh, shiny thing. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, let me do that. And it's like, but can you finish one of those? No, I can't. I can't do that. That's illegal. So it's like crappy. So when you know, are someone that doesn't work and hasn't worked in that long, and you're just like, oh, let me just exist. You can't exist. There's too much on your mind all the time. Ooh, look at this house. I always go to the large ones here. Oh, I've been here before. It looks nice. Let me see. It is. Let me see here. Is that Nicola? I need to edit my chat. But you think it's like a superpower? I feel like a lot of people just think I'm crazy. I honestly don't know. My mind, I don't know, maybe it happens with other people. I know my aunt manages ADHD or whatever as well, but I don't talk to her that much either. But I know she thinks I'm crazy. And then like also on top of that, like I have to deal with other things as well, like being a neurodivergent person myself and like not being afraid to say, because like there's nothing that I wanted more in my life than to just be typical. I was in like this special program that was in my school when I was really, really young. And this was back in the time when no one had any studies or anything about like neurodivergency or anything like that. And they were treated like, well, if you're not neurotypical, you are the R word. So they would put us in remedial stuff. And I was like a tot, right? And it's just because they didn't have the technology or knowledge on how to manage non-neurotypical people. But it will be, this story ends well because I was like the only kid, like little tot, to get out of that because they're like, you did it, you finally made it through. And I think it was the people that were assisting me in learning stuff And they're like, you don't need this anymore. You're good. We've cracked the code, but like they still didn't have language for it for some reason. And you know, I was just a kid, like in 3rd, 4th grade. So, and then, you know, this carried through year after year. In Arizona, the Arizona education system is not very good in terms of like making sure that students understand material before being pushed on, because we passed that no one left behind rule or law or whatever. And that means even if like your kid is failing on every topic, like subject, you'll still pass to the next grade. And this is true in elementary school, and it's true in high school. The only difference with high school is you'll go to the next grade, right? But like you'll still have those remedial like classes, and you'll have to take summer school, which I think is mandatory. But I feel like when I was in 6th grade and I was moving on, was it 6th grade and I was moving on? No, it was 8th grade and I was moving on. I was like, yay, I did it. Even though I didn't do it. So anyway, I got to high school. They put me in remedial classes. I failed all of my remedial classes. And then they were trying to pressure my mom into allowing them to take me out of my class so they could test me for special education. And I felt like super insulted by that. But they did. And I think they went ahead and went behind my mom's back, and they just did it anyway. So they pulled me out of algebra. And then they had me tested. And once I finished the test and I like handed it back to my counselor, they checked everything and they immediately withdrew me from all of my classes that I was in. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I didn't say that, but I was like, what the fuck is going on? And they put me in college classes. So I was in AP everything. And from then on, I did like spectacular. I think my lowest grade was like a C. But like my lowest grade prior to these college courses were Fs. And that's just because they couldn't stimulate my brain. I need information delivered to me quickly, otherwise my brain shuts off. It's like, nope, not listening, la la la. Like, yeah, Nicola, a superpower for sure. Creative thinking, usually fun combos. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure. I 100% agree with that. And I think it's because our brain jumps around. I think, though, I have encountered a lot of other people with that manage ADD or ADHD, mainly ADD. No, sorry, ADHD, where they're kind of like impulsive and they like kind of get really excited about something and they just can't contain themselves. I think it's kind of cute, but like it's also like, calm down. Cause like I'm a really chill, relaxed person, especially like when meeting people. And like also I know it seems like I'm like pretty good at like talking and like being loquacious. And I can like keep stuff going when I have prompts or when my mind is thinking of something. But in person, I shut my mouth and I listen because that's what I do, you know? And if someone wants my opinion about something, they ask. Like, so like one of the things that like I do when people are like meeting or like I'll be talking to someone, I'm like, hey, what's your name? And they'll tell me their name. And I was like, well, it's very nice to meet you. And people think it's like kind of strange. So I was like, well, aren't you supposed to say your name back? I was like, no, they didn't ask. So maybe they don't care. And that's fine. Like, they don't have to know my name. I asked because I cared. But I feel like a lot of people do that. But me, I'm just like, if they want my name, they'll ask me. And a lot of times people do. But sometimes people don't. And that's all right. So, I don't know. But I think a lot of people, like, especially when, like, I hang out with people for the first time. And I've been doing a lot of that. Well, I haven't been doing that a lot lately, but I've been doing it more than I have been. And these people are like severe anxiety, anxious, like energy, nervous. And I am too, but I don't think I really show it like other people do. And I don't know why. That's just how I am. But like, when I meet these people, they always end up telling me like something along the lines of like, I don't know, there's something about your energy that is really calming to me, and I felt completely comfortable being around you. My nervous energy, my anxiety just seemed to disappear once we started talking. And I was like, I like that. So I think maybe my chillness, my chill attitude, and like the way I like handle myself and like carry myself absorbs their nervous energy, and I just sap it from them. So no more of that for you. Okay, Nicola, okay, so you're the ADHD impulsive like energy type. I'm gonna steal some of that from you. Yep, that's gonna be mine. And then you're gonna just like be like, did I just smoke a whole bunch of pot? And be like super calm. You know, like, and then like to your next point, names, nicknames, only way to go. I mean, so my nicknames were only ever given to me by like coworkers, and the most notorious and the one that's like stuck around for like a really, really long time is Justina, which is just my name. Like it's Christina, so Stina. And that's because I trained my boss at the time, and she's like, your name's long. I was like, is it? So she's like, I'm just gonna call you Stina, and she's from Milwaukee, so she had like this really cute accent. So she's like, Stina, you have to show me how to do this. And I was like, okay. But I think I tend to like vibe well with people that do have like the ADHD impulsive or like hyperactive energy, because like I somehow like sap it from them, and it like calms them down. And then I've seen like ADHD like folk with other ADHD folk, and it's like the energy is just going up and up and up, and then these people are wiped out like at the end of the day. Yeah, so I miss her actually. She left the company that I was working at a long time ago, but I trained everyone that worked for the company, because there were several locations located in all of our other business districts, and I was like the lead barista or whatever. And I trained everyone that worked for the franchises, which was pretty cool. But you know, she worked there after I left. I got a big girl job finally. And I left. But she stayed there for a little bit longer, and then once we moved locations from where we were at, she left, I think. Well, obviously she had to. She's not there anymore. Or she got fired. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation. And then like I just lost contact with her, which kind of sucks, but it happens. So... But, you know, wherever she is, I hope she is doing wonderful. I hope she's doing better than me. I mean, I'm not doing pretty bad, so that's like wishing someone even better than what I already have. But, yeah, I always wish the best for people, even if it's like to my detriment. But, I don't know. Just like one thing like I started getting in the habit of is like wishing people rich. So like I'm not like a super selfish person, but like I like to wish people rich, or the things that I want and hope that they wish me it back in return. So I always wish wealth upon people and happiness and all of that other stuff that people typically do. But I think it's just because I'm like a really non-selfish person. I don't really think about me. Because I would hope that other people do. And also, I think there's a lot of that going on in this country in particular, where there's a lot of pick-me's and there's a lot of like selfish people that don't wish well on others, and I just, ugh. All right. Well, Nicola, I wish you become super wealthy, and I hope that you are so happy in life. And then you'll give me some of that energy to like kind of amp myself up a little bit, because this chill shit is like, it's not it sometimes. Like some people are like, oh, I'm so tired. And I was like, me too. We can't go out and do things together. It's just not conducive. So, okay, there's this one. Okay, so I'll tell you of my usual spot. Hopefully none of you guys will stalk me there. But I typically go to level 1. It's an arcade bar, and it's not anything extravagant, but they have a lot of retro video games and... okay, they have a lot of retro arcade machines, right? Arcade games. And then they have pinball machines and like digital internet connected dartboards or dartboard machines. And you can play with other people in like the country. And their bar is relatively small. They have like 2 stories, so they have like the first level, and then they have the second level that has a lot more pinball machines up top. And like this is like my normal place. I just love going there. It makes me happy and whatever. Anyway, it's not so much of like, oh, let's go to a cafe, or like let's go to, I think there's other ones. I think there's another one that was like an arcade bar that like closed down recently called Endgame, but like apparently they're permanently closed now, which is like sad. But my first time going there, because I just moved to this area. Well, I didn't just move to this area. I've lived in this area for like 10 years, but I moved closer to downtown Mesa, and I went there, and I was meeting up with someone, and I met up with them, and I looked over to our left, and there were 2 people there. They looked like introverts to me, like we can kind of sense our own. But one of them was like intently on their phone, and you could tell they were together, like they were with each other for in whatever capacity that may be. And one was just like doom scrolling on their phone, and the other one was literally playing their Nintendo Switch. And I was like, is that what people do? I don't see anyone else doing that. So, but like they were there and they were having drinks, but they were not saying a single thing to each other, and it was the strangest thing. Like, I don't know, maybe that's like a red flag for me, and it may not be for someone else, but like I feel like if I was gonna be there with someone, I'd want to like talk to them and not be in my phone. But I mean, if that's what they like, then I love it, you know? I'm not gonna fight about it. But I just thought it was weird behavior. And there was another time I went to my normal cafe, which is just like a 5-minute walk from me. There was an iPad woman there. Yeah, if you can imagine, iPad kids have been around long enough to turn into adults. And there was an iPad woman there. And it was very, very strange. She went on a date. Okay, so I'll spill the tea about this, and I probably shouldn't be talking about people like this, but I was sitting there, and I was there by myself because I don't mind doing things by myself. That's something that I do. But like sometimes it's nice to be with other people. So anyways, I was since I work here now, my whole little area it has a different energy to me now. This used to be like my whole little chill spot. And I could just do everything that I loved. I could practice music, I could write in my diary, I could whatever, you know, a whole bunch of things. But since I started working and I started streaming on here more, the whole dynamic for my room and the energy feels a bit different. So I escaped to my cafe, my local cafe that I go to. And it's privately owned because I don't do big, you know, businesses like that. And I was writing in my diary because I needed to backfill a few pages. And then this couple comes in. They were probably 18, 19. I don't know. They could have been 23 for all I know, but it's really difficult to tell when people cannot dress themselves. So she sat down, he sat down, they ordered drinks, or they put their stuff down. They ordered drinks, I don't know, coffee. And she was like intently in her iPad. She's just like, and he's like kind of in a book, but like they haven't quite started talking yet. So then she's like this. She's wearing cat ear headphones. They're pink. She has glasses, whatever. And she's like wearing like a hoodie and like wearing pajama pants and like, I don't know. But she's in her iPad. Like, I swear it was like if she looked away, she was gonna die. So she's like in there scrolling, and then she's like doing like one finger typing, and she's just like going crazy. And she's navigating the iPad like she created the damn thing. Her friend, or the guy that she was with, is like sitting there. This is in the morning, by the way. He's sitting there like kind of like looking at her while like in a book like this. Like you could tell he was like he was scared a little bit. But then like she does this, and I cannot believe she did it like in public, but she like goes right into her nose and she starts digging around as she's like in her iPad, and then she goes and I see him in his book looking at her like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if she's not embarrassed, I'm embarrassed for her. He gets up and walks to the bathroom, and he's in there for like 15 minutes. And she's just like crazy in her iPad. And I'm like, this woman, this has to be at least a 23-year-old. And then she started talking about stuff, and I was just like, I have to get out of here because this is crazy. She started talking about race stuff, which was like, I don't know, it could have been for or against, I don't know, but she was a you know, palm-colored person, and I had to leave, and I feel like I witnessed something that I shouldn't have seen, and I did not know that iPad kids had existed for so long, and they created little adults that act in that very same manner. It was the freakiest thing that I've ever seen in public. I'm not saying something considering I don't go out in public very much, but Silver Key Lodge. They have fun board games. Okay, you have to give me a second. I need to look this up because I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a board game lounge. Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Okay, so let me share my screen so everyone can see. Let's see what the class. That's what this looks like. And they have like a whole website. Food and beverage selection. Come and enjoy one of 20 draft craft beers and mead. Oh wow, they have mead there, along with a huge variety in can or bottle. Enjoy 15 label wine selections, decadent craft soda, and a variety of North America drinks. Is that NA? North America drinks to choose from. Events, monthly calendars, sellers market, and more to come. Weekly board, card, table, top, and miniature tournaments. Oh wow, they have miniature tournaments. Usually offering prizes and or lounge credit. And then, holy crap, they have a board game library. We offer over 700 various board and RPG games to select from. Sit down and play with your friends as you enjoy your beverage. Whether you're a novice and never played a game before to expert level connoisseur, we guarantee we have something for you. Where the hell is this? And can I go right now? Oh, it's by Dobson High School? Okay, let me collect myself. Thank you so much for the tip. I've never heard of this place, but it seems extremely cool. I am looking it up. Silver. Okay, so it's like literally down the street from me. Like it's 15 minutes, but it's just a straight line, like, from me. So, oh my. They're closing soon, which I guess makes sense. And some of these pictures they have here with their, like, Yelp reviews and, like, their wall of just games. This place looks really cool. Like, way cooler than level 1. What the hell? I don't even go there to play games. I just go there because, like, I like the atmosphere. And, like, most other places, like, kind of suck. Well, if you live in downtown Mesa, like, everything closes, like, 10, 11, except for level 1. So, level 1 is, you know, open till 2 a.m. You know, it sounds like that would be the place to go. Like, honestly, I've never been, like, someone that, like, goes to regular restaurants or bars or anything like that. It's never just been my thing. But this sounds like some place that I would actually go. Because of the atmosphere, because of the crowd it draws, because, like, I would fit into that. I feel like, I mean, especially with having, like, the game library that I have. It's just the middle one. It's just that one. But, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. But, I feel like nerdy people are my people, you know? Because I don't know where else I would fit. Nerdy people are typically neurodivergent. We're a little quirky, a little strange at times. iPad adults, forget about it. So, anyway, if you guys are tuning in, I'm almost done with this. I'm like a very slow drinker, I guess. I guess I can be. But, so, okay, Nikolai, if you're still on here, I do have to ask, what type of board games do you like to play when you go there? Like, what is your poison? Okay. Clue. Monopoly, I haven't played in a really long time, but they're, I did want... Okay, so it's kind of like getting a little rarer now, but I did want to get the Legend of Zelda Monopoly set, and I think there's a few other themed ones that I did want to get. But I haven't actually done that. D&D, though, so wait. Poison D&D? Is that a thing, or are they separate things? What is going on? Oh, okay. Okay, so wait, you actually have enough time to run a D&D campaign there, or do you just, like, continue? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, there's something going on with my meetup. I don't know. He's like, I'm in trouble. So, okay, you play normal D&D there. Oh, okay. It's actually kind of surprising, like miraculous, I would say, that you guys are able to even continue to do like a one-time-a-week thing. I mean, my ex, he like does D&D things with like his friends, but like I don't think he's been playing recently. Because, you know, like old people get... Not old people, but like older people get when they have kids and stuff. It's like they have no time for anything. Like that's how all of my friends are. Like they're grown as fuck and they have kids or they have a job and like they can never hang out or do something. They're like, I got kids. And I was like, this is why I'm child free. So being single, I go for the drinks. Yes. 100% agree. I mean, while... Hello? And not, like, I think I've been, like, okay with that, too, you know? Like... Why else? Why... I mean... I don't know. Maybe I'm different because, like, when I was growing up... This is gonna sound so illegal, because it probably is. So, like, when I was 16, I used to, like, meet up with... Not meet up with, but, like, I would... For guys, and they would, like, pick me up, you know, because that's how easy it is when I guess you look nice. And they would, like, buy alcohol for me. But, like, not just that. Like, I went to strip clubs, but, like, I only went to one, and it was, like, an all-nude strip club. But the crazy thing is there's some type of, like, we only check the guys' IDs. And they didn't check mine, obviously, because I wouldn't have been able to get in otherwise, because I was 16, not 18. So, I'd get in, I'd see, like, the strip show, and I'd be like, this is disgusting, it smells in here, can I go? So, like, I was turned off, you know, strip clubs extremely, really young, right? When I was 21, I went to a club in Scottsdale, and it was a nightclub, like an actual nightclub. What was the name? Was it Club Jackrabbit? My phone is going off, so you have to excuse me. Sorry about that. I went to Club Jackrabbit, and I remember that in order to get in, we had to pay a cover charge. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was like $20 or something. It was a lot. At least for me being like 21. So it was 21. We went in, we paid a cover charge. Then we had to agree to like a drink minimum, which was, I don't know, and we ordered shots, but these shots were either low-grade vodka or watered-down vodka, which likely is they were watered down. And I forget how much money it cost, but because I didn't pay, it wasn't for, I don't know, I think my friend paid. She paid for everything, but it was like $50, so it was like maybe $70 per like person, I suppose. And I was like, this is extremely expensive, and I'm not doing this ever again. So like the first and last club I ever went to when I was 21, and then I've been going kind of to bars, but like really only during happy hour, and it's not like I was going there to like meet anyone. I was going there for like really good deals of like, you know, their drink prices. Like, oh, they have a pitcher for, or, you know, a whole pitcher for like $9. I'm sorry. my gosh. Sorry. So, I was on a call. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, anyway, I was talking about socializing and whatever, for, like, drinks and hanging out with people or whatever. I never really did any of that. I go to bars and stuff occasionally. And most of the time it was with my aunt, you know. She's really the only person that I ever go hang out with. It's not like I go there for like any other reason. So like you, Nick, I go there for the drinks, and you know, like level 1 is pretty cool because they have some, they have like Throwback Thursday where they have like a special, like a drink special of the day, and they give you this like cool color changing cup that you can take home with you. And then they have like Tuesday margaritas, which are like $3 and like 25 cents, and they're pretty darn good too. But you know, I would honestly just go by myself because I'm okay with that. Now, if someone does want to go with me, I'm welcome to it. Like, I think that's great, but can't always expect that, I guess. So there are people literally messaging me, like my Twitch information is in my profile of like these apps that I'm on, and people are messaging me and they're like, how's the stream going? And I'm like, you could just check out the stream. Okay, so I'll give you that. Okay, so let me tell you a story, Nick. I met someone off of this app, and we went to level 1 for the first time together. He plays darts or whatever, and I'd never played before. Not even like a single game before. And I didn't know that like when you play darts, I thought, so this is my impression of darts. I thought you were supposed to throw the dart and try to get as many points as possible in a certain amount, right? A certain amount of time or throws or whatever. Turns out you start off like there's various games, but like the typical one is like 301, where you have to try to get to 0, like your points to 0. So we played this dart game at level 1. I beat him both times, and I'd never played before. And I was like, he's like, I think you're a ringer. And I was like, I said I've never played before. I think it's just beginner's luck. Like, that's all it has to be. So, I don't know. But, yes, owning someone on video games is definitely fun, especially if they're allegedly good at the game that you beat them on. So I always like that. I gotta hit that mark. So what are you doing, Nick? Are you doing anything like fun tonight? How's your night going? Like, did you, like, this is like Valentine's Day. Did you have like something special going on? Did you have oh no, wait, you said you're single, so. But like, did you have anyone in mind, like maybe for Valentine's Day, but you just like didn't message them or something? Oh, you like One Piece? And you're playing Battlefield 6? I think that's a good thing. You yourself was your Valentine, and your actions kind of prove that. So I think that that's great. So I have a pretty big One Piece collection. I'm not sure if you've seen any of my other streams, but I might have showed a picture. I could show you, but I have like 970 episodes. So, and I own them on Blu-ray and DVD. So I don't know. It's so hard to find someone else that likes One Piece that I know. So it's like it's pretty cool that you like it. I like that. How far are you in the series? Also, I'm not very far. I started watching One Piece at the end of 2023, and then just shit has gotten in the way. So I'm not very far. Okay, so where I'm at, like, I mean, how can you not love Luffy? But I really, really love Tony Tony. Tony Tony is so cute. I love the English dub even. Oh, wow. So the manga, I have 90 volumes. And I have 970, I think, episodes of the anime. But I'm only in like season 5 or 6. Because, yes, I've been slacking. Shame on me. But I'm actually kind of jealous. Like, how long do you watch it for? Well, yeah. Oh wait, sorry. The collections. That's what they're called in this. I mean, maybe I can show you. Okay. It's a little bright. But yeah. Collection 39. It's the last one that I have. And disc 4, 964. So you like Zoro? Zoro's pretty cool, but like I said, I'm kind of just like, I'm a baby One Piece right now. So I gotta see all the characters. Like Nami is finally useful where I'm at, where she has this weird you know what? I really do like Usopp. It sounds strange, but I really love Usopp. He's really entertaining. And like his introduction, his character introduction just really got me. But Tony Chopper, such a cutie pie. I will say that probably when it comes to One Piece is my second favorite anime. It's not. Yeah. Yeah. So my favorite anime. Konosuba. That's my absolute favorite. I love it so much. For the longest time, I just had to... I had to get them in Japan because, as you can see... Nihongo no kata desu ka? So it's in Japanese, but they do have... They're coming out over here. It's just taking a really long time, but I have 19 volumes so far. It's still new and ongoing. This is the English ones. But there's a spin-off, and it has my favorite character, and she's just the cutest thing on earth, and she reminds me a lot of myself, especially when it comes to video games. But her name is Megumin, and she's just my spirit animal. So there's a spin-off series that's called Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. And this is a very little short series. This one only has 5 volumes, but they also came out with an additional spin-off of this same one, so adding season 2, and it's called Even More Explosions on this beautiful world. Or on this wonderful world.
Results. You can show them if you ask again.
Siri. Again, what the fuck? New favorites. I have not heard of this one. Excuse me, Google. Oh, okay. This character looks familiar. So it looks like this one, sorry, okay, Eden Zero, I've heard of that one, and Solo Leveling is another one that a lot of people seem to really, really like. I haven't gotten around to it. I feel like I have a backlog of like things I want to watch, and I'm doing them, and like I'm adding them in order of like interest. And I feel like I want to complete those things, but some of those things are like completely halted because I'm like, oh yeah, well let me get through One Piece, and it's like, oh yeah, that would only take like, 3 years if you just watched one episode a day, like even longer actually. But there's been some other ones that I wanted to like look at or at least watch a little of, but I don't know, I'm not one of those people that really gets an opportunity to, I guess, watch new things. I mean, sure, yeah, you could skip, fillers and stuff, but I feel like I like the adventure, I like the adventure of... So are you like a big like anime manga fan? I can't control my face sometimes. I'm sorry. Okay, so you go to like Comic-Con and Game Cons. I've never been to either of those, and I think it's because I'm I feel like those type of spaces just really sap me of my energy, my life force, and like I would need like a whole day, maybe 2, to recover from such a thing. Like my first concert I ever went to was Dead Mouse at the Phoenix Convention Center. And it was a really, really long thing. Like Zed was there and there's a few other people. But like the main show was Dead Mouse. And he was the last set, and his set was like an hour long or something like that, and it was like 5 or 6 hours total. But I feel like that whole type of environment was just killer for me because I went by myself. Like I went to go see Dead Mouse because I wanted to see him, not because I was gonna go with a whole bunch of people. But I was fending for myself, and honestly, it was extremely exhausting. And I feel like if I was to go to like Comic-Con, Game Con, first of all, I would, by myself, I'd just saunter through and I'd look at everything and then I'd probably leave, like, and go home. But I feel like if I had friends, you know, that did things, I would probably enjoy it a bit more. But like I said, all my friends, they're like adults, they're old, they have, like, I'm old too, but like, you know what I mean? They're older, they have kids, they have responsibilities. Me, I don't have any of that stuff. Like, I get to just kind of do what I want whenever I want. And I really love that, so... Take me with I'll go. Oh gosh, I'd have to drag you back to the car? I wouldn't want to ruin your fun. I mean, I really like the freedom. And like, so like I've talked about him before, but like my husband's like a wonderful guy, but like we met non-conventionally. I don't know. We were friends before we even got married. So our dynamic is different than what people would expect, like a traditional marriage is, but he doesn't question anything that I do. I don't really have to tell him anything. It seems like we're just like friends that just happen to be married. I mean, there's love there, obviously, just like I can love other people, right? But yeah, I don't have to answer to him. I don't have to answer to anyone. I have to answer my mom. She called me earlier. it's very freeing. I have a dog that I have responsibility to, and she's my little world. So I would have to like convince you, I think, if you're the type that's like, okay, we gotta go now. Come on, the car's waiting. No, I actually drive a Tesla, so I could just call it. Like I can call it and be like, come to my location, and I'd be like, hey, look, our ride's here, and then you'd have to go. The cyber trucks or all trucks? Okay. That I can do. I can do that. I'd be like, let's go get some food. I can do that. Do you like sushi? Because I really, really love sushi. And I've lived in the Asian district for like, well, I used to live in the Asian district for like a decade. So, and I just recently moved. Have you been to Men's Show? Because you showed me this thing, so I'm assuming you're in Arizona as well. Okay, so you know about it too, because I used to go to Sakura all the time. Well, not all the time, but like regularly. Not only did Sakura have extremely good sushi and it was made really, really well, but after that whole thing about them trafficking workers, what in the hell? That was really, really weird. So, Men's Show is a ramen place, and if you go inside, it looks just like Japan, like a Japanese ramen place. The only difference is that the prices suck. I think I got a bowl of ramen and it was like $20-something. That there's enough evil in this world, and I didn't believe it until about a year ago, and then I started to like things started to add up to me, and I was like, yeah, this country is evil because it only cares about money, and the fact that they would do this to do that to people is just. But I was surprised that that came out, and I was like, wow, I guess I'm never going there again. Yeah, the Icho Izakaya is also really cool too. It's like a nice small establishment. You go there in the afternoon and evening. I haven't been in a really, really long time, but living in the Asian district, it's just, I mean, it's you learn about these places. But last time I went, it was a few years ago, several years ago actually. But I don't even remember what I had. It's been so long. I would really like to go back. It's such a cozy little place. The Izakaya. It's like, yeah. And actually, one of my friends took me there for the first time before she decided to stop being my friend. And I really thank her for that, because it was really awesome. You don't really get a lot of advertisements for these little out of the way, like not popular, not big chain places, but like I mentioned in every single like one of my streams, whenever I talk about capitalism and businesses, I always aim for the small places, places that are not big. So like things like McDonald's, like Starbucks, Burger King, like places like that. There are a few exceptions that I make, but they're very seldom. But most of the time, if I can find something that is not like a big chain, I prefer that more than anything. There's a couple of reasons. One, atmosphere. Two, ingredients. I would say, I think that's one of the biggest things. And like also it kind of makes me branch out into exploring different types of foods and stuff. And like I said, probably most important is one, the atmosphere. And big chain companies like Starbucks or McDonald's or, you know, whatever else, there's typically like a lot of people, and I don't have the energy for that. So, and I mean, I hate people. I just hate being out with a whole bunch of people in an area. It just gives me a lot of anxiety, and like, I just can't deal with it. I don't like it very much. Yeah, I don't blame you, honestly. So when it comes to grocery stores, I feel like that's like one exception that's pretty far and few in between. We don't really have the luxury, I feel like, and I was just thinking about that today on my way home. There's a little grocery store that's kind of, well, it's not kind of down the road from me, but like it's just a little privately owned grocery store. But rather than going to like, I don't know, Walmart, I don't know, a lot of people seem to shop at Walmart or Target, which is just crazy to me. I think I would rather go to Aldi. I mean, that's the goal. Now, I mean, okay, so like on a serious note, when it comes to yeah. So I mean, you've been to Aldi, and I mean, there really isn't any Aldi that's like really close to me right now, but they're building another Aldi that's about 5 kilometers away from where I live, and that makes me happy because Aldi is pretty good, and I've done a lot of price matching for some of their stuff, and it's just better overall, especially for produce. I mean, I don't know about you, but like for me, I choose to make a lot of stuff from scratch from home, and I don't buy a lot of like processed foods that are already like ready or almost ready to eat, just because I've been trying to like look out for myself a little bit more, and rather than taking the easy route, just doing things the hard way, to kind of communicate to myself that I think I deserve better. And like just today, I let chicken thighs marinate for a couple days in Japanese shiokoji, and I made I made Japanese herb braised chicken marinated in shiokoji today, and it comes out good every single time I make it. But it took a couple hours, you know, but the result was nice. It's one of the few things that I make like an exception for because I'm pescatarian. Oh, you make homemade pizza? I was just talking about pizza today with a friend, and like it's obviously really terrible for you to eat because, like, you know, the flour, the cheese will make you constipated. There's no nutritional value in any, like, you know, pizza sauce because, like, it's completely like it's heated, so it kills all of that stuff, and like the meat and all that other stuff is just like, you know, it's like empty calories or nothing really. But like that's fine. Like I love pizza. I'm not dissing pizza or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, we're allowed to eat some shit every now and then, right? So I have like pizza 2 times a month, and I'm not gonna change that yet. So I don't know. I love pizza, and if someone doesn't like that, I don't give a shit because that doesn't have anything to do with me. So and barbecue, I mean, okay, so when it comes to barbecue, that's something that first, let me tell you that I used to make Chicago style pizza from scratch at home regularly. Not like all the time, but maybe at least a pie once a month. But then I stopped doing that. And then when it comes to barbecue, that is just like, that's a whole other skill. So kudos to you being able to do barbecue. That's impressive and like kind of attractive. Honestly, like a guy that can cook and knows how to cook or knows how to bake, like, what more could you want? Okay. Oh man. So yeah, I do agree. Pizza is like, it has to be gaming fuel. I think that's what I used it for most of the time, but I'm not a Red Bull person. I'll tell you who I do like when it comes to energy drinks. So I was a Monster girl for a long time, mainly because they supported Subaru in the WRC, the World Rally Championship, but then I stopped watching that. So I'm like, I don't care. And they also like sponsored Ken Block, and then poor Ken Block died. And I was like, you know what? This shit is bad. So then, what was it? Monster gave me diabetes because I was out of control. But I'm no longer like, I no longer have diabetes, if you can believe it. I rid myself of the disease in 2 years. But I'm a Ghost Energy girl now, so I don't know if you've ever had them. So good. Nick, I will be right back. All right, I see you. I mean, okay, if I had to choose... No, I'd still want to be invisible. No, I think my favorite one by Ghost Energy is their Welches. I know it sounds extremely strange, but there's an... So, like, when it comes to, I don't know, I just really like grapes. I just really like grapes, and I like Welch's. To peep on people? You know, probably. Like, wouldn't it be, like, okay, so, like, realistically, wouldn't it be, like, better to be, like, invisible and just be able to, like, walk through things and then just, like, walk into someone's house and be like, I wonder how these people live. Their dogs next door keep fucking barking all the time. Do they ever go check them? And then when the dogs start up, then you can see what the hell they actually do. And it's like, yeah, I see you. You're the ones that are making all this goddamn noise, and you don't even take care of those animals. This might be a personal story. Actually, that sounds about right. But it's like the same thing, like, right? Like, all guys do the same thing. And also, with guys being guys, you don't really have to be invisible to, like, see anything. Shoot, you go to a men's country club or, like, a gym, and you sit in the sauna, and you're like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, right. I'm sure. Well, that's a good thing, but I don't think a lot of people have pure intentions like you do. It would be nice. Okay, so it would be nice, like, this is going to be a Final Fantasy XIV reference, but it would be nice if I had teleportation magic. That would make me happy. Oh, God. Not this. This. Teleportation magic, I'm telling you. There's one of my friends saying that his battery is at 13%. Who knows? Android user. That's all I have to say, Android user. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I feel like those, I don't know, maybe I'm one of them as well, but Android user in the terms of, like, they're the typical Android user and they let their phones just die. Okay, yes, and you know what? And I'm not even gonna fight you on that, because I've been an iOS user for, like, since the first phone came out, but I did use a couple Android devices. Nothing by Google. I think there was a few things by Nexus, I was a Samsung user for like a little bit, and then OnePlus. When I was finally able to qualify for OnePlus, I got OnePlus phones, and they are, in my experience, better than this goddamn thing. Nothing Apple of mine works, but what can I do? So, but what I've noticed when I worked in the IT field, a lot of Android users just use their phone so much that they killed them all the time before the day was done. But that's because they're so useful. I would say, well, and then also that statement is true, but you have to remember iOS was originally designed for old people. The whole iPhone was designed for old people to begin with and disabled people. And that's why the accessibility features in iOS is like second to none. So, and that's why they don't change much. But yeah, no, I have to completely agree with, that, when it comes to like usability, customization, all of that stuff. I had the best time. One of the things that I really loved about my OnePlus and the Android software that it was running at the time was being able to create parallel apps, which was really cool. So you could have like an app, and then you could log into that app, and then you would be able to parallel that app, so you could log into a different account on that parallel app, and then you would be able to use both simultaneously if you wanted to, without having to like log out and switch if there was no switch account feature. So do you have both? Do you use both? Because I only just use one right now. Oh, one of my friends logged in, and I haven't seen him in a long time. Yeah, see, look at, you see him? He's a returner. He hasn't been on in what? What does that mean? 45 days or 30? I don't know what it means. I don't know. I've never been a returner myself, but it's like 45 days or something. Okay, so it is 45 days. I'm not crazy. Okay, so you only use Android, you had an iPhone, you hated it. Yeah. I hear you there. I regret a lot of my purchases when it comes to Apple. Because I feel like they're deliberately holding themselves back, and that's just to extend profits. So. So do you play any, like, video games, Nick? Or are you just like a board game enthusiast? Yeah, you know, I think when it comes to like 45 days, I think in this game, like, people have auto demo house stuff, and 45 days, I think, is when you get returner status on this game. I think also 45 days of like inactivity will turn off like what your like it'll turn off like your stats or something. I don't know. Not turn off your stats, it'll turn off your base class's level. Battlefield 6, Halo, League of Legends, CS, which is Counter-Strike, Rocket League. Too goofy. Oh, has my maid started working? Let me check my cameras to see if my maid's working. Well, everyone in chat, listener, watcher, the only one that I have, I think I am going to call it for now. I do have plans, I think. I feel like after the struggles this person had, that I might as well, like, see where they're up. I don't know, I might end up having to take them to the hospital. So, I'm going to end my stream here. Nick, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate the candor. You made it less boring for me. And also to the new follower that I got, thank you so much for following. I'm definitely going to try to be on here a bit more, but with my life in my mind, we can only hope that I do that. So until next time, you guys have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.